And a warm welcome from North London. We're at the Emirates Stadium. I'm Derek Ray on the commentary gantry, and sharing duties with me today, Stuart Robson. And looking forward to bringing you...
Hello, welcome back to Armchair Armoury, and the Premier League season is well underway. We're back again, part 2 of the Premier League season, and for Arsenal, so far so good. 2 wins in 2. A very impressive 3-1 win, 3-0, I can't even remember the score now. This is bad that I don't even remember the score. Yeah, a lot going on, so just checking the Chelsea score. They're drawing 1-1 with Nottingham Forest at the moment, so yeah, let me just have a look quickly. So I couldn't remember whether it's 3-0 or 3-1. I think it was 3-1. Yeah, 3-1. So an impressive 3-1 win over West Ham, and then a nervy but still quite impressive, quite decent 4-2 win over Brighton, which was on New Year's Eve. Oh yeah, Happy New Year. I'm recording this on New Year's Day. So yeah, it's been pretty good so far. I think that this next game that's coming up, first game, Arsenal game of 2023, against Newcastle United at home, will be a kind of... I called the Manchester United game a mock test, the one we lost at Old Trafford earlier on in the season. And I think now this is kind of the practice mock test, if you want to call it that, because Newcastle United, although they're sitting in third at the moment, they're not quite at the level of City, Tottenham, United, Chelsea, Liverpool. They're not quite there yet. I think in maybe a season or in 2 seasons' time, they will probably, once they've got their feet under the table and they've started signing, they've signed some decent players already, but then when they start entering that kind of, as I hate to say it, the Man City / Chelsea model of signing players, they probably will start entering the top 4 and start being in that conversation. At the moment, I'd say they're in their Mark Hughes stage. So if you remember when the Dubai group took over Man City, Mark Hughes was the manager then, and that was kind of like the early stages. They were playing better and they were winning games more. They weren't like relegation fodder, which they were before. And I feel, and then that's after they got rid of Mark Hughes and went on to Mancini. That's when they started to kick on and become the team they are today. Obviously, it wasn't until they got Pep Guardiola that they became, one of the best teams in the world. But this is where Newcastle are at the moment. I think the next manager they move on from after Eddie Howe will probably be the manager that will win them a trophy. Not necessarily the Premier League, but I reckon it will be the manager that will win them the trophy. So, with that said, even though our record against them has been quite good, I think for the most part, I think we do reasonably well against Newcastle. I think in the last 5 times that we've played them, we have only lost. Yeah, so I'm looking at that now. So I think we've only lost once in that entire in the last 5 times that we played them. So obviously the last time we played them was the 2-0 drubbing that we got from them in the penultimate game of the last season, that we had to win to guarantee top 4 after we'd already dropped points to Spurs a few days previous. And in a way, you could say this is the point to right the wrongs. I saw a few people on AFTV saying, oh yeah, Newcastle's a place where we can go and right wrongs. And it's like, well, at home we're quite good against them. So 16th of February 2020, we beat them 4-0. 18th of January 2021, we beat them 3-0. And then the 27th of November 2021, we beat them 2-0 at the Emirates. So it's really, I'm more interested about getting that revenge when we play them at St James's Park, which I think is in April. So yeah, I'm not that worried. I'm not too worried when it comes to our form at the Emirates. But I just know that prior to the World Cup and now, they've played a lot better. I know they drew over the weekend. I know that they drew with Leeds over the weekend, but that doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Like, they're going to want to be putting the pressure on Man City and Arsenal to some extent. They're going to be wanting to pull away from United in 4th and Tottenham in 5th. Tottenham, who lost to Aston Villa today, and Man United, you know, they've had some they've had some good wins, I suppose, but that, to me, they don't look like the Man United fan that every Man United fan seems to think that they are at the moment. You know, I saw when it was announced that Liverpool had signed Cody Gakpo. For those of you who don't know, Cody Gakpo was kind of a standout star winger for the Netherlands in this World Cup, and I saw that them acting as if they had a right to sign to the signature of Cody Gakpo, and it's like, you guys really don't know. You guys are really deluded into thinking where you guys are actually at. Like, you're doing better than you probably were last season at this point last season, but I wouldn't go as far as to say that like you're a top club again. You're a top 6 club at best. You know, at the moment, you know, I think on paper Tottenham are better than you, and that's hard for me to say as an Arsenal fan. But yeah, so you know, they're kind of in and around. So I think Newcastle will be wanting to pull away from them as well and kind of further cement their place in the top 4. I don't actually think Newcastle will finish in the top 4. I think they've got a very, very good chance of finishing in the top 6, because I watched their first game. I think the first game back after the World Cup was them against Leicester, and they were outstanding in that game. You know, Leicester looked second best in every facet of the game, which makes me laugh, because Leicester were really good. Apart from the season they won the league, they were still like a decent team. They seem to have fallen off the radar completely. You know, they managed to climb to 13th, but yeah, it's a weird one. But in general, I still think this game is going to be tough. I still think that we're going to find it hard to break them down. You know, they have got some dangerous players. I haven't seen Alan. I don't know. Someone, Newcastle fans would probably tell me, but I don't know whether St Maximin is injured or anything like that. I don't know whether some of the players that you saw last season. I mean, I know Bruno Guimaraes played the last time, but yeah, people like him. Almiron seems to be on fire at the moment. Callum Wilson, if he's fit. Yeah, I mean, even Chris Wood is really good. So Joe Linton. So, you know, it's up to Saliba, Gabriel, Partey and Xhaka to make sure that those guys don't get in behind, because they will punish us. And so far, as I said, Eddie Howe has done a really, really good job with, which I didn't expect him to do, because I didn't rate Eddie Howe towards the end of his time at Bournemouth, but because I know that there were rumours saying that he might come to Arsenal before, you know, Arteta was mentioned in the conversation. So yeah, even though I say that it's going to be tough because of the form that Newcastle have been in as of late, I still think, due to the fact that we haven't lost a game at home this season so far, I still think that we'll probably come out on top here. I think it's going to be a close one though. I'm going to say 2-1 to Arsenal, maybe 1-0 to Arsenal. I think it's going to be close. But we need to just keep winning. We just need to keep racking up those points. You know, it's very important that we pick up the pace and we get that 3 points against Newcastle, because the next 2 league games after that are Tottenham and Man United respectively. So we need to make sure that we go into that kind of FA Cup week knowing that, you know, we're in a better position, because if we draw or lose against Newcastle at home as well, it's going to make the North London derby look a lot bigger than it is meant to be at the moment. So yeah, so I'm going to predict 2-1 to Arsenal or 1-0. So I think it's going to be a close game, essentially. I hope we don't leak as many goals as we did against Brighton on New Year's Eve yesterday, if you're as I'm recording this. So yeah, that's what I'm going to say. 2-1 or 1-0 to Arsenal. Let's see what happens. Right, I'm going to leave it there. I will be back again after the game on Tuesday. So until then, as always, take care and stay safe.
Well, I'm sure the replay will confirm he got a touch on this, which he does. So he'd be really upset that he didn't keep it out.
So 2-0 now.
35, Alexander Zinchenko.
Getting forward. But nothing comes of it. Good defending it was. Saka. Lots of space for Arsenal. Takes the shot. Oh, good work by the keeper.
Substitution for Newcastle United.
Substitution then. Let's see how it affects the match.
Joelinton to be replaced by number 10, Alan San Maximo.
And over comes the corner. Not the result from the set piece they were looking for. Just the challenge that was required. Nketiah. Real chance. He scored once already and close to making it a double.
Well, every time he gets on the ball, he looks a real danger today.
Played over. High degree of difficulty to hit it on the volley like that, and it was close.
Well, his skill level is so high, you're absolutely right. That's a great effort on the volley. Well, there it is. Arsenal have created chance after chance, and I just can't see that changing. They've been excellent here.
Please remain where you are, and your coach will meet you outside the stand. Thank you.
Bruno Guimaraes. Longstaff. Here's Almiron. Well, spot on with that challenge. 20 minutes to go in this one. Joe Willock. Superb defensive judgment to end the attack. Martinelli. Nketiah. Guimaraes. Not what he was intending. Bad pass. Oh, lovely incisive pass. And quite simply, a wonderful chance was squandered. Well, this game ebbing away, and Arsenal have been brilliant, Stuart.
Well, I think the scoreline reflects the difference between the two teams. For most of the game, they've dictated the play, and they've created some really good chances. I think it's been...
Oh, wait a moment, Stuart. Look at what's happening. And a decent save. Full credit. Here it is now, a substitution. So the corner played into the box. It might still be problematic. Partey. Straight forward for the keeper. And that was a very fine read. Nketiah. Turning inside, where's he going to go? Tremendous block. And so into the final 5 minutes. Saint-Maximin. And now Trippier. Determined defending. Saint-Maximin. Joe Willock. Deserves credit for winning the ball back. We will have 3 minutes of additional time at the end here. And he's made headway. And a goal to put the final stamp on it. That will do it.
Well, let's look at this again, Derek, because the transition when the ball changes hands is so quick. And there's certainly no doubt about the finish. He really hits it with power and accuracy. Nothing the keeper can do about that.
This is looking rather comfortable for them. 3-0. Keeping the opposition at bay with that splendid challenge. And the referee blows his whistle. Now we can say it officially. Arsenal have won this game. 3 points for them. What did you make of it all?
You're absolutely right, Derek. Their attacking play was excellent, full of energy and pace, and the midfield completely dominated the game. It was a great all-round performance.
Well, he put in a really thorough performance here, Stuart.
Well, that performance sums him up, really. You're never disappointed with what he gives you. Such a good player.